He was born in a small apartment above a bank in a Midwestern town so tiny even traveling salesmen would skip it on their routes. His father called him Dutch because of the chubby baby face and the slicked down hair. Dutch liked the nickname. He liked stories too, and he would tell them to his brother, to his classmates, to the townsfolk seated on cracked wooden benches out in front of the general store. But Dutch had a secret. He didn't want to stay in that town. No, he wanted to be heard. At 16, he found his voice, literally. A golden tone that caught the ear of a local radio station manager who was desperate for someone to announce football games. Dutch auditioned by recreating an entire game from a newspaper box score, not reading it, recreating it. Touchdowns, fumbles, the roar of an invisible crowd, all from imagination. The manager hired him on the spot. And just like that, a voice began to carry. Years later, while covering spring training in California, Dutch took a detour. The detour led to a Hollywood studio, which led to a screen test, which led to movies. 60 of them, in fact. He played good guys, cowboys, soldiers, but never the villain. And even when he was kissing the leading lady, he did it like a gentleman. Still, Dutch had another secret. He always believed in something bigger, a cause, a calling. So when acting jobs were harder to find and the scripts were not that good, Dutch did something unthinkable for a fading actor. He started giving speeches. But not as someone else, not with a script. This time he spoke from the heart. About freedom. About hard work. About what made his country great. Factories, farms, families. And folks listened. Eventually, even those in the highest offices listened. One day, they asked him to run for governor. They said he didn't have a chance. He won in a landslide. A dozen years later, they said he was too old to run for president, that his time had passed, that he'd been an actor too long to be taken seriously. But Dutch smiled that easy smile, and once again, the people listened. He won the Cold War without firing a shot. He stared down the Berlin Wall until it blinked. And when he left office, his approval ratings were the highest in history. But even then, Dutch had one more surprise. In his final letter to the American people, he revealed the greatest enemy he would ever face. Not a foreign adversary, but a disease that would steal his memories, one by one, like pages torn from a beloved book. And yet, even in his farewell, his optimism remained. Because Dutch never stopped believing in stories, in freedom, in America. And now you know the story about a boy nicknamed Dutch. The boy's name was Ronald Reagan.